Who is down here? Hello? I know someone is down here.
Sir William, I was just, doing some wash.
Susanna? It's not time for this. Get upstairs. Do you know that it is 3 hours past 12? You have to be up in 2 to cook for the workers. You are lucky that everyone is sleeping, or I would have a stroke of the whip to you.
I'm sorry, sir. I was not aware of the time. I will be up at exactly 5 a.m. No worry.
Not a minute after, Susanna. Why is my coat here on the floor?
No, don't.
What is this? Susanna, what is this? Why is there a blood-covered child wrapped in my coat? Susanna?
William, I had no other option.
What are you talking about? You had no other option. No other option by what means? Whose child is this? Why is there a dead child on the floor of my house?
It was my child. He was born like this, dead.
What? Give me a second here. Your child? Impossible. You are not married. You have no excuse for this. Born dead? I think not.
William, what are you doing? Please, sir. I'm sorry. I don't know what took over me. William, no, please. Where am I?
Stay still. You are coming with us. This is gruesome.
Make sure she is hung.
There is no way this child was born like this, mangled and bruised with blood in its mouth. The judge will determine the sentence.
He was born dead. I would never.
Susanna, I do not want to hear another word out of you, whether or not the child was born dead or alive. You have my stone floor stained with the blood of an innocent child. Nothing more. You will have to deal with the consequences of what you have done here and for what you have caused me.
Everyone, please be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Calling the case of Susanna Cox. Ladies and gentlemen, to the jury, the defendant before you has been charged with the crime of concealing pregnancy and birth and homicide in the first degree. The defendant will be innocent until proven guilty. The first witness to the stand will be the owner of the home the child was found in. Will you please state your first and last name?
William Harris.
What is your relation to Susanna Cox?
She is part of my tenure. She works for me and my family in return for food and a place to live.
Did anything stand out to you when seeing the child that might portray that it had been murdered?
I heard rustling in the basement of my home around 2 in the morning. I went down to investigate the noise and I found Susanna. She told me that she was doing the wash, but when I picked up my coat off of the floor, it was soaking wet and the corpse of a child fell onto the floor.
Thank you. No further questions. You are dismissed from the stand. Will the defendant please take the stand? Please state your name.
Susanna Cox.
Who was the child found at the scene of the crime, and was he dead?
The child was my own, and he was born dead, yes.
Who knew about your pregnancy, and did anyone assist in the birth of the child?
No one knew I was pregnant, including myself. No one assisted in the birth.
Was the child born dead, or did he die after he was born?
He was born dead.
What were you planning on doing with the child after he was born?
I was planning on telling William and going from there.
Thank you. No further questions. You are dismissed from the stand. Ladies and gentlemen, please take a short intermission while the jury comes to a conclusion. Attention, ladies and gentlemen, the jury has reached a verdict. Susanna Cox has been determined guilty.
No, no!
For second-degree murder of her son and is sentenced to be hung 2 days from now at noon. The jury is dismissed.